Guys, this is Cielshock from CTUSA Mini 4-Wheel Drive Racing Squad, and I'm a teacher here in New Berks. And before I start my video, I want to greet everybody Merry Christmas and have a blessed holidays. And today we're going to have a car feature. It's my basic tune class built Mystique. It's a Super 1 chassis. I'm going to go in-depth with this car. I'm going to explain how this car is built and what are the purpose of each part with this build. And again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody. Let's go to the show. So here's my another tune class build. This car is Mystique. Here's another car feature or overview for you guys, and I'm gonna show you all the breakdowns. We're gonna start with the body shell, which is the Avanti Korea 20th Anniversary Edition. As you can see, I picked this chassis because of the aerodynamics. Second, I like the canopy style because it's, you see that's translucent black. I painted with a blue metallic paint, TS paint. You're gonna take note on that. I will use for plastic the TS paint for Tamiya TS paint. And also, this chassis is not as heavy as other hard shells. That's why I like this hard shell. It's not too light, not too heavy. Also, it's not on the way on this wing, and I'll explain you later why I need that wing for my body dampers. So if you guys like this body shell, it's a Avanti Korea 20th Anniversary. It's from a kit. It's 92306. The item number is 92306. It comes from a kit. All right. And blue internals, 8 parts over there, is from a separate Super 1 kit. Part. It's 94271. I use blue obviously for color matching. As you can see, I like the blue, so it matches the blue. Also, I didn't use the chassis because I'm gonna be honest to you guys, the chassis is not that tough. It's very fragile, so I use a different Super 1 chassis. But if you guys want that blue internals over there, it's 94271. It's a Super 1 blue chassis. All right. As I've said, I use a different chassis. If you want to see a closer look, this is an old school chassis of one of my first mini 4-wheel drive when I was a kid. Is a 19402 Sonic Saver Super 1 chassis. I use the Super 1 chassis because of its acceleration and the lightness of the chassis. And also I challenged myself because this one, not a lot of people is using Super 1 because they think they're just like it's just a waste of time working on Super 1. Some people think that way because Super 2 is right there for more adaptability, because Super 1 got less adaptability. If you guys watch my my Super 1 overview on my chassis series. But I like Super 1 and I like the acceleration. I like the lightness, even though it's the durability and the toughness is kind of low, and so that's how I work on it, so so I can compensate that weakness. But again, that's 19402 Sonic Saver Super 1 chassis. All right, enough of that. Let's go to the bumper. All right, as you can see, that aluminum metal part over there, that is bolt on these parts over here, and that's the metal's aluminum support over there. It's the front reinforcing bumper guard for FM and Super 1 chassis. This is kind of like an old chassis. An old part. It's 15220. Again, that's 15220. That's the front reinforcing bumper guard for FM and Super 1 chassis. Why did I use this part, and why I didn't just bolt on the carbon plate? Even though this one is very old, as you can see, there's already hits over there. It acts like a support and another weight for the front of the Super 1, so it can tilt a little bit more when it's jumping on slopes. But one important thing, because you can't customize or you can't modify or you can't cut any carbon, you can't have support on this. It's not like on your carbon that you can cut and make pieces for support, but this is an aluminum part that kind of like supports the bumper when it hits something. You see, it pushes over here and that aluminum support pushes over there, you know, so your angle, you won't lose your angle when you're going through a traditional change lane or lane changer. And that blue part over there is blue brakes, blue sponge brakes. I will put the item number below. I forgot to write it down, but I will write it down over here in the lower part of the video. What it is, what part number it is, but it's a blue sponge brake over there to add more angle, and you know, it kind of absorbs the shock when it hits, you know, but technically it's still not cutting or whatever, you know, it's just helps supports the car. All right, so that's 15220 front reinforcing bumper guard for FM and Super 1. All right, next part will be 15498, the high grade carbon wide front plate, which is this part. I use this 1.5mm carbon because it's lighter than the 3mm, obviously, and I like the style. So it shows the aluminum part over there, and it helps the car for and obviously carbon is tougher compared to FRV. That's why I use that. That's basically to reinforce the bumper, because if you guys know, the weakness of the Super 1 is toughness and durability. So one reinforcing bumper and a high grade carbon will get the job done for Super 1 for basic tune class. Alright, again, let me remind you guys, for basic tune class, there's no cutting, there's no trimming tires, there's no floating transmission. None of those are allowed. Everything should be bolt on and hop up parts. Alright, next will be at the rear. It's a 95381. Again, it's 95381. This white part over here, it's reinforced rear double roller state 3-point attachment, white. There you go. You can use black, you can use red or whatever color you want, but I specifically want white, so the item number is 95381. This is very important because this part is kind of flimsy, so this helps the car, the tail part of the car or the rear part of the car, very durable, even though it's like, you see how flimsy it is, like it moves even though it's already secured with a screw over there, because there's only one attachment, and that's one of the weakness of the Super 1. But for me, it's good enough because I'm only using it for tune class, so it will not most likely break, you know. But that's item number 95381. So basically, if you guys, as we go on, you will realize that most of my parts is to reinforce the car, because the chassis to begin with is not that tough. So that's how I challenge myself in building this tune class build. All right, next part will be the high grade carbon rear multi-setting stay, 1.5mm. It's 15260. Again, that's 95260 high grade carbon rear multi-setting stay, which is this part. All right, this is very famous, especially in speed tech and other categories. But this high grade carbon rear multi-setting stay is attached with spacers. So you can see my blue spacers over here, so I can go wider, because the multi-setting stay is short. Even though there's another attachment that goes on top of the multi-setting stays, for me it adds more weight, and I can't I can't go for long tail. That's why I use the reinforced the carbon rear multi-setting stay, because if you want a long tail setting, even though it's tune class, because there's no cutting, you'll be needing this. This is very important. I think this is one of the most commonly used part. So it's attached on the 3-point attachment over there and under. You want to see a closer look? There you go. That's how it's attached. All right. Okay. The next part will be the FRP wide front plate for fully cal, which is 15472. Again, 15472. You can also use carbon, but I prefer to use the FRP because I'm just gonna use it for underguard. I can't cut it. If you guys want to go lighter, you guys can use the carbon one, but I use just the FRP wide front plate for fully cal, which is 15427 to be my underguard, and I use it for my underguard braking technique. There you go. So as you can see, that's my underguard. You can't cut it, so it's kind of huge. I mean, like, you know, it's like a wing. It's not as pleasable to the eye, but it gets the job done as the underguard. All right. So that's the FRP wide front plate for fully cal 15472. That's why it's attached on the multi-setting stay, as you can see over there. All right. The next part will be the high-grade carbon reinforcing plate, which is some people call it the popsicles. So this one is the high-grade carbon reinforcing plate 15495. Again, that's 15495. This plate and this plate up front. There's two of them. So that one and that one. I use that for my long tail braking and for my front brakes. It's attached over there. There you go. That's what I use for brakes. Again, that's high-grade carbon reinforcing plate 15495. So why did I pick those? I can use it for long tail, my underguard braking, and my front brakes. Alright. Next would be item number 15431, FRP reinforcing plate short. Alright. Which is this two over here. This two bad boys over here. It's again, it's 15431 FRP reinforcing plate short. So these are only FRPs, but these are extended forward for dampering purposes. I can't make a body damper or a hammer damper because it's only tuned class, and again, there's no cutting, no cutting of the plates, so it's attached on an EX stay, which is the AO1028. Again, it's the AO1028, item number 94835. Again, that's item number 94835, AO1028. It's called EX stay right here. So you attach it with the short plate, so it protrudes forward. Some people may be asking why I didn't use the regular EX stay. I mean the side stay for Super 1, because they're different. They're kind of like more in the back, and I want it more forward. So I have that momentum going forward because I already have the rear motor, and it balances the car by doing that. And also, this EX stay is from a race stinger, but the item number that I told you earlier, if you guys want to buy it, but I got it from a race stinger kit, which is not 19438. Again, that's 19438 if you want this color. That's the EX stay right there, attaching the bottom of the Super 1. Alright, moving on, we have the carbon reinforced wheel set, which is this too. It's item number 95245. Again, it's 95425. Those carbon reinforced wheel set low profile. I think there's like 4 in it or 3, but they're all carbon. This one is the fin type one. Why did I pick the fin type? Because it's carbon, so it's already tough, and also it's light. I use the fin type because I want to maximize the cornering of this car, and I want more torque and more acceleration as much as possible. So if your wheels are closer to the body, it's a lot of torque, a lot of power, a lot of acceleration, because the power from the motor traveling from the wheel shaft going to the wheels from the wheel shaft. Actually, I use a 60mm wheel shaft before I forgot. It's less power transfer. So there's more power transfer, I mean, so less stress on the motor. So all that power from the motor is going through that because it's closer to the body, and also closer to the body, so it's better for cornering. I'm basically sacrificing my stability by using this fin type item number 95245 carbon reinforced wheel set low profile. So that's what it is. So durability because it's carbon, lightness because it's carbon, fin type, so to maximize the cornering and to maximize all the power transferred from the wheel shaft through the wheels. So that's the reason why I used the fin type. And I will tell you guys why did I sacrifice my stability for this kind of wheel settings. Alright, again, there's no default wheel settings or setup. It's up to you guys how you're gonna compensate. When you study the chassis, everything starts with the chassis and your setup, motor, and everything. Alright, moving on. We're going to go to item number 15509. Again, that's item number 15509. This low profile offset hard tires, medium hard tires. All right, why did I use the hard tires, the offset? First, why did I use offset? Because I love offset tires. So you see the dirt, so you guys can see the dirt because I didn't clean it in purpose. That's the only part of the tires that are actually rubbing on the track when it's running straight. So when it comes to cornering, because it's offset, a little bit portion of the tire the rubs on the track, on the ground of the track, so it's less drag. So that means it's more for cornering speed. It's closer to the body, also for cornering. So basically, the wheels and the tire combination are for cornering. Alright? That's why I used offset tires. And hard tires for lesser bounds. It's not going to be 100% not going to bounce. It's still going to depend on your dampering and total weight of the car. But hard tires will work because it's harder and lesser bounce. I'm not saying zero bounce, lesser bounce. Alright, so that's the offset low profile white hard tires. Next would be the lightweight 13mm aluminum ball race roller ringless blue. You need 3 packs because it only comes with 2. 1, 2, 3. So 13mm, it's item number 95382. So this 13mm over here, it's 95382. Alright, so you guys might be wondering, why did I use this tiny 13mm rollers? One, it's lightweight because there's holes for weight reduction. 2, it's 13mm. So I used it up front because I want it to be stable as much as possible. So 13mm have that thick contact surface, so you can see, take a look, and it's smaller. So for me, this is a little bit slower compared to a 19mm roller, and compared to rollers with plastic O-rings. So it lessened the speed, the cornering speed, if that makes sense. So because it's far away, it's not closer to the wheels, that's far away from the wheels, it's wide, it's 13mm, so there's more contact surface. Even though it's ringless, it's still 13, so it's slower compared to 19 and compared to the one with plastic O-rings. So now you guys kind of like realize that the stability, the reason why I sacrifice the stability for the wheels is I will compensate it with the stability of the rollers. right? Because I'm only using 13, so it's not as fast as the 19. So that's how it makes the car stable. So there are different ways that you can make your car stable besides the wheel settings. So it's not that wide. So I sacrifice that stability on that part, but I maximize the stability when it comes to the roller settings. As you can see, I use this screws. It's kind of high. It forms like a triangle, almost even. That's for stability. So that's the reason why I use the 13mm aluminum ball race rollers ringless blue 95382. And also, obviously, it's blue, so it's color matching. That's why I picked blue. I can use silver if I want to, but blue is available. So I'm just lucky that I'm building a blue car. Alright, so next would be the 95386. 95386 are these blue spacers over here. There are plastic. There are lightweight plastic spacer set. And obviously, by the word lightweight, it's one over there, there's one over there, over here, by the word lightweight. I picked those plastic spacers for lightweight purposes, so the car would be lighter. All right, so because if I use aluminum, they're a little bit heavier. Every gram matters to me. All right, next would be the 15391. Again, that's 15391, the stabilizer headset, which is 11mm and 15, and only took the 11mm obviously for my stabilizers. I can also put rollers if I want to. I can use an 11mm or 9mm roller as my stabilizer for more speed, because we have the unlimited roller rule even though in tune class. But I chose to use the 15385 stabilizer. Oh no, the 15391. Again, that's 15391 stabilizer headset white, because I want as much as stability as much as possible, because this chassis is not stable. So I need a little bit more drag from the stabilizer pole right up front. Alright, so that's why I use the stabilizer head, not a roller. Alright, so now everything's starting to make sense. Alright, next would be the 15385. As I've said earlier, it's my monochrome stabilizer ball caps. Alright, I use ball caps, so it secures better, and I don't want to use a lock nut. I don't mind the weight. That's for my color matching purposes, and I just like it having white poles over there, and you know, it's 15385, and it secures the dampers from bouncing up. I can use screws too, but I chose to use the stabilizer ball cap. Again, that's 15385. Alright, for the transmission, I'm getting closer. Transmission, I used AO 620s over there. Those are AO 620s. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 AO 620s. Alright, next would be the 60mm wheel shafts. Alright, so these wheel shafts are ordinary 60mm wheel shafts. I'm going to show you as I pop this. There you go, 60mm wheel shafts. It's not hard or whatever, it's just regular stock. The gear ratio that I use is 15132. It's the special gear ratio set, which is for the 351 gear ratio, but I only took this A part right here, which is the gate cover, which is now I drop it. Where is it? Right here. Alright, this part. This part is very important with Super 1, because for Super 1, for the people who haven't built Super 1, even though this is one of the oldest chassis, Super 1 351 gear ratio will not fit, because you need this gear cover over here, which I get from the super special gear ratio set for Super 1, which is 15132. So you're basically gonna need this. You can put it over here. Yep, it's a pain in the ass. It's one thing that Tamiya did before to make money, because Super 2, you don't need to change it. Super X, you don't need to change it. But for Super 1, you have to change this gear cover. Alright, again, that's 15132. Next would be 15432. Again, that's 15432, the Super Speed gear set. The Super Speed gear set is the combination of light blue counter gear and a yellow crown gear. Dish gear. That's the Super Speed gear set is 15432. That's with a round bearing over there. If it gets clearer. There you go. I use the 3-5-1 gear ratio so I can have as much as top speed as I can get, if that makes sense. That as much as top speed as I can get, because I'm only using torque tune motor and I want more top speed from it. That's why I use that 3-5-1 super speed gear set. And also torque tune, it already have a lot of torque, so I need to compensate the lack of top speed by having a higher gear ratio. Again, that's 15432. Alright, perfect. Alright, next would be the purple pinion gear. Some people call it the pink gear, but I say it purple gear. It's my favorite because I like it better than the carbon. For me, it's more tougher. Some people like the carbon, but I like the pink gear better. That's just personal preference. Alright? Alright. Next would be the aluminum motor support, which is this part. This is the aluminum motor support. It pushes the motor. I'm gonna show you guys. It pushes the motor forward, and makes it tighter on its place. I wish Tamiya made it tougher, but it helps. So when the car is running, every jump, it pushed the motor for the transmission for better alignment, and also it absorbs heat. It acts like a heat sink to help avoid the motor from overheating. So that's 15149. Again, that's the aluminum support, 15149. All right. Next would be 15459, which is side mass damper set for AR. That part will be just this part right here. All I need is that part. Yeah, that's for AR. This lower part right here. Again, that side mass damper set for AR 15495. And this dampers on top is 94947. Adjustable mass dampers, 2.5 grams. So it's a set. Yeah. That one. Some people call it nips in the Philippines. It's adjustable mass damper 94947. So those are my damper combinations. Why? Because having two dampers, when it lands, when it goes up, push that, went up, absorbs the shock, and then put it back right away with the other damper. And then when it hits the wall, when it lands, this part will absorb the shock and push the lighter damper up. And basically this damper doesn't go up that much, and then this damper push back for better landing. And I only have one damper in the back because I always explain this. I don't know if some people watch my older videos, but because I use a rear motor chassis, I only need 2 dampers because I want to make it as light as possible. These are not the lightest dampers settings, but this is heavy and light enough for me to make my car stable. And this 2 at the rear stabilizes the car from landing because I already have the weight from the rear, and this basically acts the stabilizers and dampers that acts as a stabilizer to stable the car on landing. Alright, so that's about it. If you wanna build this car, feel free to do so. This is Mystique, my Super 1 built. I don't, by the way, I don't post cars that I haven't tested yet or haven't won any race. So I don't mislead people. So people might be wondering why not all your cars are posted in Noobworks YouTube page. The reason is not all of them are, not all of them won, or not all of them are perfectly perfect when it comes to track layout. So I basically post it if I already have a chance to win using that car, or I already tested the car that it's actually accurate. I don't want to teach something, or I don't want to post something that I've not tested. Some people that I know of posting their builds, but it's not tested. So when somebody that try to copy it, it's not accurate, and they basically just waste their money building that setup. But I'm not going to mention any names, but that's what I do. So not all the cars that I built that you guys see on Facebook and in Instagram. Actually, you will not see it posted in Instagram. You will see it on my videos, but on races, but you will not see it on Instagram. It will not be posted on Instagram, and it will not be posted on Facebook if it's not accurate, or if it doesn't won already, or I haven't tested it already. Okay. So you guys might be, before I forget, you guys might be wondering, my brake settings will be up front, underguard, or long tail. It depends on the track situation. But for my underguard, you gotta be careful because I use a minimum of 1 millimeter for legality. For Tamiya rules, the lowest as you can go is only 1 millimeter. So take note of that. This is 1 millimeter exactly, the rear for my underguard, but the front is not. So you just gotta be careful if you're building this car. Try to make your own build, try to mix match parts, but this is Mystique, and hope you get something. As I always say, we learn from you, learn from us. Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy New Year. This is Cielshock. Always race humble. Peace.
Final. Seto! Go! Oh, shit! Wala na, puta ka na. That's it, yo. May tumalsik. Yo, who that? Who that? Damn, yo. Oh, that's it. That's it.